Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wanna Go Fishing. I am your host, Willie, and today is 29 degrees.
Stay in the third lane from left.
She felt the need to tell me to stay in the third lane from the left when it's a straightaway.
Go past this light, then at the next one, keep right.
Anyway, before
3.5 miles, turn right onto US 258 south, toward James River Bridge.
This is like being at home. We're out and about this morning because it's 29 degrees. Yesterday it was 73 and raining cats and dogs. The day before that it was 63, partly cloudy with sprinkles. But today the sun's out, nice and bright, and it's 29. It's actually going up though. I think it's up, according to my truck, it says 34 now. So it's getting, it's getting higher. What are we doing today? We're going to go on a search today. We're going to try to find some vintage equipment somewhere. Something cool, something decent, something just to take apart, put together, and make function again, and get back out there and go fishing. Because that's what I enjoy doing. I don't enjoy being bundled up like the kid at Christmas Story trying to fish or ride a motorcycle. It's not fun. It's not. Unless you're ice fishing, then you're doing it on purpose. But 29 this morning. Anyway, we're on our way over to Smithfield, Virginia. At least that side of the water anyway. And we're going to take a look at a couple of antique stores that I have never been in. I've passed them on many occasions. Look like they're decent. The kind of places I'd like to go. See if we can find something. So come along for the ride. You never know what we're going to come up with. My kind of place. Too many of them as it is. As you can see, when I come into a place like this, I'm a scanner. I scan, I look for certain things. Well, they wanted $35 for that rod. That ain't happening. No. Uh-oh, what do we got going on here? Let's see, what do we got down there? No, don't do none of that. Hello? Let's see. Here we go. No, don't need none of that. Well, we got a possibility there. What do we got? We got a Zebco 11TL Legacy. Let's see. String hanging out of it. Well, there's my click. Click. And it seems to be doing something. Yeah. Of course, it's on a rod I don't need. So, we have us a little Zebco Legacy. 1996. Actually has the date on it. That's pretty neat. Now this Legacy's, really it's a 11TL trigger light. What that is. Basically it is the classic series from the 80s, or you go back to the Omega. I think it was Omega 44 or something, or something like that. Doesn't appear to be ever been taken apart or anything like that, and it all seems to work. We got the click and the click, so it ought to do what it's supposed to do. On normal circumstances, I wouldn't even have bought this, but because it was a version I didn't have, I went ahead and got it. And it was on a rod, but I left the rod with them. I don't need that rod. And these places sometimes, you know, it's nice to give them something back and say, here, try to sell this and make a little bit more money off of it if you can. So anyway, I got me a little reel, and we're going to head down the road a little further and try out another couple places that I saw. I mean, what else have we got to do? It's 39 degrees now. So I went in a couple more stores. A lot of people in them, so I didn't really bring the camera in, but I picked up a couple more reels. One of them is very cool. I'll try to show it to you while we're driving here. Not anybody really around me. A Mitchell 304. Not something you see very often. And in very, very good shape. Early 50s model. We're definitely going to go home and give that one a try. And I picked up another Zebco. I don't know if I can get to it. It's an older 33. It was in bad shape, and it just fell on the floor, and I can't reach it now because it's way over there. So it's an older 33 that was a little clunky. I think it could just be because it needs to be taken apart and cleaned up. If not, it was only $3. So I'm not really worried about that. I mean, I can use stuff off of it on other reels, but I might be able to get that one to do what it's supposed to do. Anyway, we're on our way either home or one more place. I'm not sure which, but it just depends. Kind of spent my limit today on really what I wanted to spend. But then we're going to head home and start taking some apart. This is the other one I picked up. I just wanted to show you now that we've pulled over. I'm at another antique store, but I'm going to show you this one real quick. It's an older 33, and it's got some issues. We're going to fix that, figure out what's wrong with it. But cool looking old 33 for $3. I wasn't going to leave it there. But anyway, got that place right there we're getting ready to go into. And that will probably be the last one for the day. We'll head on back to the house and start tearing into these guys and see if we can make them work. Okay, I'm back. A key thing to remember when going in these antique stores and places like that is that you're not going to always find something. So, homeward bound. So here we are. We're back inside at the good old table of contents here. And I'm going to show you the 3 reels to which we purchased today, and just give a little brief history on what I do know about them. Which, 2 of them, not much. Well, 1 of them, not much more than the other. More than the other 2 anyway. So anyway, let's aim down here at the table real quick. See if I got that down there enough. Might be too much when you're dealing with a GoPro 7. So anyway, I'm hoping that you can see these. Let's go with, this is the very first one that we purchased today. The Zebco Legacy, and they call this an 11TL, which is trigger light, okay? Now, I have several versions of this reel, okay? I've got the classic 33, or I'm sorry, the classic, the UL4. I have the Omega, and now this Legacy. And then, of course, you go up into the newer versions of this later on in the 90s, which I think became an 11 something, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember right now. It's an 11T or 11TL, something like that. But anyway, this one, it does say ball bearing. Okay, made in the USA, and it does have a ball bearing in there somewhere. This one's probably going to clean up really well and probably work very well because it's doing everything that I say they normally should do. Click, click. 2 clicks and your drag. That's going to clean up pretty well and work pretty well. Now this is a Zebco 33 that I almost dropped on the floor. It is, age-wise, I'm assuming this guy's probably, I think this one probably popped out somewhere in the 50s, mid-50s. This one's got a little bit of internal issue. It is doing what it's supposed to do, but the gear is just, it's stuck. It's not hitting right. So we can take that apart, maybe fix it. All we can do is cross our fingers and hope that it's something that can be repaired. If not, it's, you know, it's a parts reel, and I'll have other pieces and parts for these things eventually, I'm sure. But we can take that one apart. The old Zebco, the 0 Hour Bomb Company, for those of you who may wonder what Zebco stands for. And then this guy who's still got a string on it, I'm taking off. This one is really cool. This is a Garcia Mitchell 304. Honestly, the first one I've ever seen. And I could not resist. I had to have this one, so we got it. Everything seems to work, but I mean, it works pretty freely. I don't know that I'll have to do a lot to it, but we're still going to take it apart, grease everything up, maybe pull some old grease and stuff out of it. But that is a really cool looking reel. I am looking very forward to using that one, to be honest with you. And I don't know that I've ever looked forward to using a Mitchell reel before. And we will start on this guy right here. So anyway, there you have it. She's working 10 times better than it was. There was a lot of grit and grime in the grease that was in that thing. And for so long, people doing this, playing with it or whatever, you have a groove down the middle of this body that this shaft that you see going up and down there passes through. And somehow there were grooves in it side to side instead of horizontally like that. So I took some extremely light sandpaper and buffed out the grooves in that shaft to where they were going horizontally. And now it's just smooth as it can be. And I put some grease on the clicker. If you put grease on the clicker, you don't get to hear that thing as badly. And so I did that, so it helped it out a little bit to make it not as noisy. But everything's working. It's just a matter now of picking one of these rods over here, putting that guy on it, putting some line on it, and going fishing as soon as we get some weather worthy of being able to do so. So anyway, that was a fun day. We still got this Zebco 33 to take apart, and we still got this little Legacy trigger here, 11TR, or what is it, TR? What was this thing? 11TL trigger light. So we still got those two to do, and I would have done them on this video, but it just got so elongated doing this one here that I just didn't think it would be necessary to have two of them on one. So we'll get to those other two here soon. But for now, there you go. The Garcia Mitchell 304. Best to my knowledge at this point, early 50s. I'm going to do a little more homework. Maybe y'all guys can do a little homework on it. And we'll get this thing out on the water catching some fish. This is a very cool one. I like this. This will probably be with me for quite some time. In other words, Dan, you're not getting this one. Well, maybe one day. You might. You know how we are. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you riding along with me today. And we'll see you on the next go-around. Maybe with a Zebco 33 or a ULTL Legacy Zebco. That one. The other one. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Now I get to clean up. Clean up, clean up.